Hey everybody, Phil here for AndroidCentral.com, and look what we've got. It's time for hands-on with the Motorola Devour. There's the box. It's pretty small. I'm not a big fan of unboxings, and this is a review unit and likely doesn't have all the same marketing material that you'll see when you buy this in the store, but there you go. We got a charger, and we got a little bit of stuff in there. If that's all they gave us, cool. It would be nice to save a few trees. But here's the phone. Here's what you want to see, and I've already turned it on. Takes about a minute or so to boot up. There's the horizontal, well, it's not a sliding keyboard, it's a sliding screen. If you've used a Sidekick, it feels like that, basically. So you've got 3 buttons instead of the usual 4 that we're used to, and then that giant black square is an optical trackpad that you can use to, instead of swiping your finger across the screen, you can use it to change from the home screen, you can use it to select different things on the home screens, and so on and so forth. So there you go. What you see there is Motoblur running on top of Android 1.6, and we'll dive into the settings here so we can take a look. There are your applications in the standard app drawer, none of the 3D effects that we're used to on the Nexus 1 now, and that have been ported over onto other phones. So let's go take a look at the settings, why don't we? Wireless controls, call settings, sounds and ringtones, display, Google Sync, location, accounts, all the standard stuff you're used to. There's going to be little extra things here and there for Motoblur. And let's take a look at exactly what we have. Model number A555, hardware version 4, firmware 1.6. There's your Android version for those of you worried about such things. And let's see what else we got. Want to take a look and see exactly how much memory is in this thing. Our review unit came with what looks like an 8 gig storage card, and then we have 228 megabytes available on the phone itself for programs. That's okay. It's not a lot. We're kind of used to it, unfortunately. Alright, let's take a look at some wallpapers. Why not? You can choose them from the pictures. We don't have any pictures on the phone yet, or there's a nice little wallpaper gallery, so you can pick out whatever you want. Cool. Wallpapers are wallpapers. That's where you can add accounts. Really? There's not a lot to say at this point. Really what's different is the hardware and the keyboard, and we'll take a greater look at that in our full review. You got VZ Navigator, you got kind of the standard Verizon software that you'll find on almost any smartphone, let alone an Android phone at this point. There's the keyboard again. It feels a little weird. It's going to take a little getting used to, especially how you have letters on either side of the space bar. The trackpad, it's nice to see a trackpad instead of a trackball, but I'm not sure how useful it's going to be. We're going to have to spend a little more time with it and see. Let's try banging out a quick note real quick and just see how this keyboard feels. We'll start up a new text message. And testing. See, finding those buttons down there by the side of the space bar is a little odd. I'm sure I can get used to it, and we'll spend a couple days with it and see before we really pass judgment. But it's definitely a strange feel. It's a 4-row keyboard, and that's good, but I'm not used to having letters on either side of the spacebar. Maybe that's just me. So testing the keyboard on the Devour, not too bad. This is a much better keyboard than what's on the Motorola Droid. I know that's kind of damning with faint praise. Oh, hi! There's the Motorola Droid itself. Just having buttons with space in between them is night and day. There you go, you get a little side-by-side. They're roughly the same size. They both have 3.5 millimeter headphone jacks on them. They're both mini USB. They both have physical keyboards. The Droid itself does not have a trackpad. It has that 4-way D-pad there on the right. But that's it. Alright everybody, we're going to have a much greater in-depth review coming up, but that's just a very quick hands-on. Really, Motoblur is the big feature here, so we'll focus on that and the hardware, and look forward to it. See ya.